Just about everyone I know knows that I am a real estate investor using the passive income that investing creates to live my best life. You might even know that about me as well. What surprises me when I'm talking about being an investor is when someone asks me about what it's like to be a female real estate investor. And this video is all about that. Let's get into it. Hi y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out for a few minutes. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Lori Livers. I know, it looks like livers, but it sounds like livers. I don't know why it's pronounced that way, it just is. So there's that. I am a real estate investor, and I created a portfolio that allowed me to leave my 9-to-5 behind in just under 3 years by utilizing the BRRRR strategy. This has allowed me to live the life I want to live and not the life I thought I had to live. And the life I want to live includes making videos to put on YouTube. And here we are. This video is all about what it's like being a female real estate investor. So if you're a male and don't care at all what it's like being female doing this stuff, I get it. Because I had never considered this to be a thing either until people started asking me about it and asking me about it all the time. Getting those questions made me start to pay attention. The only difference I have ever noticed about being a female investor was actually pointed out to me by my brother. I was out walking a property one day and he decided to tag along. He noticed that while we were there, the guys selling the property were eager to talk to him and that they had not even noticed that I was the potential buyer. My brother asked if that had ever happened to me before, and I really couldn't answer that question because I don't know, and I still don't know. I don't go out to walk a property and look for anyone treating me differently because I am a female. In fact, I have always worked in male-dominant industries and have only felt empowered by the fact that I am female. When you are the only female walking into a conference room full of men, it can only be expected that you're going to be noticed. And not in a creepy way at all, but simply noticed because you're different from everyone else in the room. This difference brings with it a huge opportunity to be heard when you have something to say. And in my experience, being female has been incredibly empowering. Being a female investor is something I never really thought about or noticed, and I really still don't. I don't think being female matters in any negative way at all as far as investing in rental properties goes. However, there is one caveat to being a female investor that I am very aware of. And this is something I've talked to my male colleagues about to see if they have a different take on it. The big difference for me as a female versus other investors as males is that the males don't seem to be as aware of the need to be able to provide for their own personal safety as I am when I'm out and about. To be completely transparent with you, I don't believe for a moment that this has anything at all to do with being an investor. I think men and women simply move through the world in a different way. Women are generally smaller and simply not as strong as most men, so we tend to be more aware of our need to be able to provide for our own personal safety. As an investor, I am going out to vacant houses to meet someone I've only communicated with over the internet to walk a property. It would be foolish for anyone, especially so for a smaller someone, to not be prepared to defend themselves if needed. Most of my male colleagues have told me they really don't ever think of stuff like this, where I am absolutely aware of it at all times. And maybe that's the biggest and possibly the only difference I've noticed about being a female real estate investor. I have never ever felt like a seller, contractor, or broker hasn't taken me seriously as an investor. I've never ever felt like I wasn't heard or that I couldn't speak up. I've certainly never been discriminated against in any way that I know of at all. So to sum it up, I don't think being a real estate investor is different for me being a female than it would be if I were not. Real estate investing is a business, and I'm a business person. Being female doesn't have anything at all to do with it for me, or if it does, I haven't noticed, and I don't let it be anything different for me. What I have noticed now is that there are not very many female real estate investors in the circles that I move in, and I wonder why that is. When I'm out looking at properties, I am almost always the only female investor there. And why is that? Where are all you female real estate investors? I don't know if y'all are out there, but if you are, please do drop down into the comments and say hi. Let me know where y'all are hanging out. Now, if anything, I think being a female investor is certainly an advantage. I can ask anything about anything I don't fully understand, and no one treats me like I should already know that stuff or like they don't have time to answer my questions. And this has been true for me of wholesalers, of sellers, of agents, of mortgage people, everyone I've worked with in all aspects of this business. I can guess this might be because they don't already expect a woman to know all this stuff, or maybe they're just decent people and treat everyone decently. Decency. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. Here's the thing. I don't think it matters one bit whether somebody is male or female in real estate investing, because passive income does not care what gender you are. Houses do not care what gender you are. And tenants, in my experience, do not care what gender you are. No one I know in the industry gives a damn what gender I am. So my answer to the question, what is it like being a female real estate investor, is this. It's just like being any other human real estate investor. No different for me than just being human in any other part of my life. These types of questions are always so very interesting to me. And I often hear about how my perspective and another woman's perspective are really, really different. And I get that. No two people are ever going to have the exact same opinion and experiences. So it makes sense that we could draw different conclusions from our own different experiences. I would venture to say that my perspective and another person's perspective can differ a lot. And that these differences are not at all related to our gender. We simply have differences because we're different human beings. I hope you're not disappointed that there is really nothing at all special or different for me being a female real estate investor. Investing in real estate can certainly be an adventure, and I do hope you will subscribe and ring the bell so you can come along on this adventure with me, and maybe even start one yourself if you're so inclined to do so. Right now, I am waiting for you in this video you see here on your screen. What do you think? Do you have a few more minutes to come hang out? Until I see you over there. Bye, y'all.